Hey, what's going on, family? Welcome to a new video. And on today's video, man, let's talk about hard money lenders and hard money loans and how they work, man. Let's get it. So many of you already know I've been doing real estate since 2012. I've fixed and flipped many properties. And I get a lot of brand new people that come to me and they want to get into fixing and flipping. Most of them don't have the best credit score. Most of them don't have a whole lot of money. And this is the way you get around both of those things, right? Hard money lenders, they are for real estate investors to buy properties and fix them up and then resell them for a profit. Now, you can use hard money lenders for long-term buy and holds as well, but today we just want to talk about using them to buy properties, fix them up and resell them, or either refinance out of that hard money loan. And again, they are for real estate investors specifically, and some people love them, some people hate them. Now, most of us, again, we don't have the hard cash to go buy a property, fix it up and resell it, because that'll be sometimes, hundreds of thousands of dollars. So using a hard money lender allows you to still be able to close on these properties without having all this money and sitting in the bank. Let's get into the details of why hard money lenders are important. So hard money lenders are important because most people that get into real estate don't have all of the resources to carry out buying a property, fixing it up, and reselling it. So what a hard money lender does is it gives you, before I say the numbers, every hard money lender is different. So I'm gonna give you like what most hard money lenders do, but again, they're all different. Their interest rates is different, things of that nature. Just understand that they are super important, especially for new real estate investors, because it allows us to get in the game. Most of us can't get in the game. We just don't have the resources to carry out a fix and flip. So the requirements to actually borrow from a hard money lender, a lot of people think that hard money lenders don't check your credit score, but that's false. They do check your credit score. Now, the reason they are checking your credit score is not to see that you got 800 credit score, but more so to make sure that you don't have any bankruptcies, you don't have any like fraudulent or something that's, just super crazy on your credit report, because they probably won't lend to you if you got bankruptcies and even foreclosures. They don't care if your credit score is low, but if you done got a damn foreclosure or bankruptcy, then they gonna look at that as a big risk. Not saying they still won't lend to you, but they do look at your credit report. So I know a lot of people say that hard money lenders don't care what your credit report looks like, but that's false. They do. For two, they want to see that you actually have money, because I told you they're not going to give you 100%, especially if you brand new. If you brand new, you're going to have skin in the game, which means you're going to have to be invested in this deal in a form of usually money. Yeah, you're going to find a great deal, but you're going to have to bring at least 10 to 20% of the cash. So we're going to get into an example in a little bit, but just know that you're going to have some money. Now, most people, as far as getting that 10 to 20% in combination with the hard money lender, they usually get that maybe from credit cards, or they might borrow it from a relative or a partner or wherever. It doesn't matter where you get the money from. So this is different than when you apply for a mortgage from a bank and they want to know where the money came from, how did it get here, and all that stuff. Whereas though the hard money lenders could care less where that money came from. They just need to know that you actually have it. Another thing they want to know is that you can make monthly payments to them. So if you go to a hard money lender and you got a mediocre deal, like it's an okay deal, you ain't got no income from a job or nothing, they look at that as a risk, because you have to pay them every single month. So again, a lot of stuff y'all hear online, they say you don't need to do this and have this. I'm telling y'all from experience, and usually, especially if you brand new, because you are more of a risk if you brand new. You don't have no experience. You haven't proven that you can do this to them. So they want you to they want to make sure they go into this investment with you as a partner, super secure, y'all. The last thing they want to do is foreclose on your property that you borrowed to use their hard money lender for. That's not what they want to do. They are trying, you have to win. You have to succeed in your flip in order for them to win as well. So let's get into the terms of what a typical hard money lender will lend on for somebody that's brand new. If you're brand new, you can expect, right, to put 3 to 5% down. They call them points, 3 to 5 points. So if the total loan is $100,000, you're going to have to come to the closing table with either $3,000 to $5,000. That's not it though. So that's the points. You're also going to have to come to the closing table with closing costs. That's not it either. And then you're also going to have to come to the closing table with, let's use 10% of the purchase price. So let's get into an example so we can actually break down some real numbers so you can know what they expect to bring to the closing table as far as the money goes. Let's say that you found a house and it costs $100,000. And let's also say that it costs $100,000 to fix up as well. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, if you brand new, a rehab budget that big, a hard money lender might not lend on it if you've never done a fix and flip before. I'm just throwing that out there, and that's the reality. Again, they don't want somebody who's brand new to do a big renovation like that. But let's just say that, for the purposes of easy numbers, we use those numbers. So purchase price $100,000, rehab price $100,000. After the property is fixed up, we can go ahead and resell it, let's say for $350,000. So let's use those numbers to determine how much we got to come to the closing table with. So I said purchase price $100,000. We got to pay 10% of the purchase price. So 10% of $100,000 is $10,000. So $10,000 for purchase, which means that the loan amount is going to be $190,000, right? Because it's $100,000 to rehab it. They're going to give us 100% of the rehab cost. We just got to bring 10% of the purchase price. So the total loan amount is $190,000, right? And I just told y'all, so $190K is the loan amount. They're going to require us to put, let's say 4%, 4 points. So you got to take 190,000 times 4% is 7,600. So 7,600 in points is what we got to come to the closing table with, on top of the $10,000 that's required from the 10% of the purchase price. So 7,600 in points. And then we also are going to have to bring closing costs. When it comes to closing costs, this is how you determine what your closing costs might be around. So again, the total loan amount is $190,000. Let's times that by 4%. Let's do 4%, which is another $7,600. That's for closing costs for a hard money loan. And that could vary, y'all. The total amount we got to come to the closing table with, y'all, is $10,000 for the purchase price, plus $7,600 for points, plus another $7,600 for closing costs, which means we're coming to the closing table with about $25,200. Let's say $25,000 to do this project. So $25,000, we got to come to the closing table with. You got to have that money ready to actually buy and fix up and resell this house. Now, again, the property I said is worth, the ARV, the after repair value, is worth $350,000. So after we go ahead and sell the house, remember, we got a $190,000 loan. So 350 minus 190 equals $160,000. On top of, we got to pay a realtor. So we got to pay a realtor. So 350, usually 6%, right? 350 times 6% is 21,000. So we got 21,000 to pay the realtor, 190,000 to pay back the actual loan. And then again, some more probably closing costs. So 350, let's do times 4%, about another $14,000. So let's total this all up to see how much you're actually net, how much you will actually walk away with after you fix it up and resell it. So we're going to take the 350, which is what we're going to sell it for, minus the loan that's due, which is 190,000, right? Equals 160, minus 21,000 that's due to the realtor, 6%, minus another 14,000 in closing costs, because they might ask for seller assistance and things of that nature, and these numbers can vary. You're looking at around $125,000 is what your check is going to be at the closing table for a deal with those numbers. Also, y'all, let's not forget this, right? Because I definitely forgot this. You got to pay interest payments every single month as long as you got this property and you're renovating it. So interest payments, whole nother discussion, right? Interest payments on the loan. So the loan is $190,000, 12%, right? 12%. So let's do 190,000 times 12% equals 22,800 divided by 12, $1,900. So every single month you'll be making a payment while you're renovating the house of $1,900 to the lender every single month. Interest only. It doesn't touch the principal of the loan. Let's recap this real quick. So look, when it's all said and done, let's say that it takes us 6 months to do this project. Let's say that, everything goes according to those numbers I gave y'all. This is what the numbers are going to look like. So remember, y'all, the total loan amount is $190,000. The ARV is $350. We're going to end up selling it for $350,000. We got interest payments of $1,900 a month. $1,900 times 6 months, because it's going to take us 6 months to do. That's another $11,400 that we didn't came out of our pocket with, right? So I said that we're going to net $125,000, but we also got to take in consideration that we also made $11,400 in payments as well. So you're probably going to walk away with a little over $100,000. And you know, the interest rate is high. These are usually 12-month loans. And, you know, a lot of people think they super risky, and they can be. But at the end of the day, y'all, it allows somebody who really ain't got that much money to get into the game and make 100 racks. And now I would tell y'all, you know, the times we in now is a little scary, you know, for some people, especially brand new people, to get into the business of fixing and flipping houses. But, you know, I try not to put too much numbers in this example, and more so wanted to explain how hard money lenders work. So I hope this video helps. See y'all next week, man. Let's get it.